Good day, students at home. We are going to continue from where we stopped. We are still looking at centralized states in Nigeria. Today we'll be looking at the Benin Kingdom up to 1800. We have 4 lesson objectives. We'll first one look at the origin, where the Benin people come from, the socio-political organization of the Benin Kingdom, factors that led to the rise of Benin Kingdom, and the last one will be the decline of Benin Kingdom. So the first one, where did the Benin people come from? The Benin people migrated from the east. History did not tell us the specific place, but it will either be east or Egypt. A professor of history in Benin claimed that the Benin people migrated from Egypt. They settled at Ile-Ife for some time before they finally got to their present location. The name Benin, it was not Benin before. It was called Igodomingodo. That was the name of Benin in those days. Between the 11th and the 12th centuries, because the Ogiso dynasty was used to produce kings at that time. But between the 11th and the 12th centuries, the Ogisos were not that effective. So something was done. Oromiyan, one of the grandchildren of Oduduwa, was sent to rule them. So he went to Benin to rule them, but he faced great opposition. During his reign, he gave birth to a son called Ewuari. Out of annoyance, he left Benin and put his son, or appointed his son as the king. But before leaving, he renamed Benin to Ile-Binu, that is land of vexation. Ile-Binu. From there, they changed it to Obinu, and from there to Benin. That was where we got the name Benin. Eweka established a new dynasty called Oba, and that is the dynasty they are using to present, the Oba dynasty. I hope you have now learned 1 or 2 things about the origin of the Benin Kingdom. Let's move to the government of Benin. The government of Benin at this time was similar to that of Oyo Empire. Oromiyan left Benin to establish Oyo Empire. So it was similar. Let's quickly run through. Monarchical system of government where the king possessed supreme power. We have the Uzama. The Uzama were the kingmakers, just like the Oyo Messi. The kingmakers in Oyo Empire. The military head was Iyashere. Iyashere headed the army. In Benin, there were 3 courts, but the highest court in the land was that of the Oba's court. What actually led to the rise of Benin? Number 1, the geographical location. Where Benin was located, it was located in a place whereby its enemies could not just invade Benin. Able rulers like Ewuari, but the greatest ruler in Benin at this time was Ewuari the Great. We'll still look at it because it was during his time that the Portuguese came to Nigeria. Don't forget that the Portuguese or the European countries, the first place they got to in Nigeria was Benin Kingdom during the reign of Ewuari. Monarchical system of government, military might, trade, because they traded with European countries. Christian missionaries came, the Portuguese Christian missionaries came to Benin to evangelize, and from there, development took place in Benin Kingdom. The decline of Benin Kingdom. This one happened majorly in the 19th century. Internal problems. When a king died, who will become the king? Because kings in those days married many wives, maybe 1,000 wives and the rest. When a king died, who will become the next king was a major challenge. Because of that, some vassal states, that is those kingdoms under Benin, rebelled. They pulled out of Benin Kingdom. Trade declined. Weak leaders began to emerge. And British interference in Benin during the reign of Ovonramwen. Britain will still look at Benin in the 19th century, where we look at the Benin massacre. There you will understand better. But for now, I hope you have gotten 1 or 2 points. Let's meet in our Google class for further discussion. Thank you very much.